To Mont, Sainte, Canada. My name's Mark Seagull and we'll be bringing you a double header today. Round 3 of the Downhill World Cup and Round 6 of the Cross Country World Cup. But first off the downhill, we've asked the second round winner Marcus Klausmann to describe the course for us today. Klausmann, the young hot chili rider, hasn't been riding on the circuit long.
Willkommen hier in Mont.
Here he is.
Ich bin Marcus Klausmann.
He's saying hello, welcome to Mont. My name is Marcus Klausmann.
Und ich möchte euch kurz
and I won the last downhill in Nevergal.
Und ja, los geht's.
And he says, now I'll explain the course to you.
In diesem Teil der Strecke ist es sehr, sehr eng. Die Bäume stehen wahnsinnig eng beieinander. Es ist sehr
and he's saying this part of the course is very narrow and very technical.
Genau im Kopf behält und dass man die Spur, man sich ausgedacht hat,
been raining earlier on in the week,
wirklich schnell fahren kann.
But conditions today are quite good.
An dem Teil, wo die Strecke unter der Gondel durchführt, ist es sehr, sehr schnell. Man muss aufpassen, dass man die Bremsrinnen nicht zu stark und zu hart erwischt.
But it's also muddy as well.
Sehr, sehr staubig hier, ein tiefer Sand.
And it breaks up quite a bit.
Das ist auch nicht das größte Problem hier.
And that's the greatest problem here today. It starts at 780 meters, has a length of 4.1 kilometers, and it drops by 582 meters itself. This is a course to test every rider on the circuit, and most of the riders were saying beforehand that this is the one they want to win on most. You have to be supremely fit to win here, and you have to be technically adept as well. It had the difficulty of the Cap d'Aille course in France, but the speed of the Kamikaze in America. We're on the lower section of the course now, and you can see it's very, very fast, and it's just a question of hanging on and hoping here. It's going to pump the rider's arms. Their hands are going to hurt through the sheer braking effort that's needed. And they'll storm over the line.
So, jetzt habt ihr einen kleinen Eindruck über die Strecke bekommen, wie schwierig die ist, die entscheidenden Stellen.
Marcus is saying that
ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen und
you know the course.
Wir sehen uns im Rennen.
He hopes you like it, and I'll see you at the race. The riders warm up just beforehand. But we have the women going off first, and it's 1994 world champion Missy Giove who storms out of the start gate. Missy has been having a bit of a rough time so far this season. Her confidence has been shattered somewhat by the sheer brilliance of Anne-Caroline Chausson, who's won the previous 2 rounds in the World Cup. Giove came second at Panticosa. She was 8 seconds down on Anne-Caroline Chausson. But at the next round in Nevergal, she was 14 seconds down, almost 15 seconds down, but she's going quite well today. It's 5:42.57. That will be a good time to beat. Anything around that time, 5:40, 5:50. She didn't look too happy though. This is her fellow countrywoman, Marla Streb. Been riding quite well in the World Cup this year. First round she had a 13th place, and then she was better in the second round. She was 8th at Nevergal. She's pushing quite a big gear there. You Can't really see much in this technical section, but you can see the bike slipping all over the place. Matter of concentration there. And of course, it was this course last year that Miss Jo broke her collarbone, put her out for the rest of the season. She was quite disappointed coming fourth in the Worlds at the end. She knew that her World Cup season was blown. But Lisa Scher's got to be 5:42.57, as you heard the commentator saying there. What's it going to be for Scher? 5:41.60. And that's not a bad time for Scher. Not a bad time at all, for the Marin rider. She'll be very happy with that. And this is Mercedes Gonzalez, the GT rider, teammate of David Baker on the cross-country. Teammate of Juliana Furtado, the cross-country rider as well. This ex-motocrosser, technically she's superb. If anything, she lacks a little bit of fitness. And for a downhiller, dare I say it, she's fairly old. She's 32 years old, but she's still riding not too badly. She didn't take that corner very well, though. Doesn't seem to be controlling the bike that well. This bottom section of the course, she's going to be very, very tired.
Remember, the time to beat now is 5:41.60 of Marla Streb. Will she do it? As Gonzalez bears down.
She just jumps over that bump there. She's out of the saddle. She's pedaling really hard.
But where will she be? Et c'est une troisième position pour Mademoiselle Gonzalez.
And that's a 5:45. She's in third spot at the moment. And this is number 11, Lisa Scher, coming through, the Marin rider. Teammate of Marla Streb from Tahoe City, California. Not a very powerful rider, Lisa Scher. Rides mainly on the American circuit. Did quite well in the World Cup last year. She came 13th, 15th at the World Championships, but she's really putting the hammer down now. And Lisa Scher comes through in fourth spot at the moment, 5:46. Nobody's broken the 40 mark yet. But what a good ride from Lisa Scher, teammate of Marla Streb. But this is Nolwenn Lecaillère, winner here last year with a double French header it was. Frank Romain won the men's race, a double French header. Such a good prospect, Nolwenn Lecaillère. Same age as Caroline Chausson, just a little bit younger. She was so dominant before Chausson was on the scene, but she's fought back well. Hasn't quite come to terms with Chausson at the moment, but she's a very good rider, and it was a big surprise to everyone last year when she won. They didn't think that this petite, diminutive rider would do so well on a pedaling course such as this. But she's really hammering now. What's the time going to be? It's 5:41.02. She takes the lead. She moves into first spot. She'll be very, very happy with that. But this is Chausson wearing the white leaders jersey, the white World Cup leaders jersey. Absolutely obliterated the opposition in the previous two rounds at Panticosa and Nevergirl. Panticosa in Spain, in the Spanish Pyrenees. And at Nevergirl, she was 15 seconds in front of Missy Giove. She's put on a bit of weight in the winter. She's pumped a bit of iron. Technically, she's always been very good. Now she's a lot stronger, and she's a lot fitter as well. She doesn't look too composed down that technical section there, but it's deceiving. She does manage to make up a lot of time on this pedaling section though. slides the bike round that corner. She looks quite wild though at the moment. Not her usual composed self for Chasson. Don't think she'll be that happy with the way she's riding at the moment. Mind you, it is, as I say, deceiving. This junior world champion, so annoyed when she was put down from the senior race last year at Kirchstarten, but she's riding very well at the moment. Takes him at 5:28.04, obliterates the previous fastest time. What a fabulous ride from Chasson. She didn't look half as composed as she usually does, and she still manages to take 12 seconds out of her nearest challenger. Even though she's first at the moment, don't think she'll be totally happy with that ride. But this is Mongoose rider, the current world champion, Lee Donovan, who's been somewhat eclipsed in the European rounds of the Downhill World Cup so far this season. She's only, dare I say, only had 2 sixth places at Panticosa and Nevergale. She was a long, long way back behind Caroline Chasson in Nevergale. Over 30 seconds. What's she going to do today? She was very fast in qualifying. She came 9th in the World Cup last year. But she only did the US round. She only did 3 rounds. She had 2 third places in the 6th, so she's a very, very good rider, and I think she's extending herself now. This Mont course is more of a course that's composed of the typical European circuit plus the American and North American type of circuit. It's fast on the bottom section, technical on the top and middle section. From Orange County, California. She's a very, very good dual slalom rider. In fact, she won the dual slalom yesterday here, along with her teammate Brian Lopez. And she's really putting the hammer down now. Her time is going to be very, very good. It's close to Anne-Caroline Chasson's, and it's even better. It's 5:23.05. That's a fabulous ride, and she is really happy. The world champion has won her first World Cup race. Well, she couldn't get much happier than that, could she? Lee Donovan, the Mongoose rider from Mission, Orange County, takes the win. And congratulated by Mercedes Gonzalez, the American GT rider. They're obviously very, very pleased. It's the first American win in the Downhill World Cup.
Who has no disappointment as well as being at the top of the podium.
I think she's going to go out and have a drink after this, isn't she?
I am so happy. I can't even explain to everyone what it means to me. I went to Europe and I got my butt royally kicked. So I wanted to come here to Quebec, where I get 6th place for the last 3 years in a row, and I wanted to win here. So thank you for everyone for coming out.
And obviously a very happy woman. There you have confirmation of the result. Lee Donovan first, and Caroline Chasson 5 seconds down in 2nd spot. Nolvin Lecaillere 18 seconds down. Marla Streb 4th and Missy Gio 5th. Join me after the break. Let me just inform you that back in the women's race, Karen van Meerbeek, the British rider, came 17th. But now we go back to Mike King, the 1993 GT world champion. Had a 2nd place so far this season at the previous round in Nevergale, Italy, and 4th at the one before that, Panticosa. This is the type of course that King would like to do well on. He's a very strong rider. So far this season, he's really hammered. He's really had a no-holds-barred type of style. He realised that the competition is getting so tight now that in order to do well, you really have to ride practically on the limit. And believe me, these guys are going very, very fast. Some people have been clocked at over 80 kilometres an hour. And King is obviously doing very well. The on-site commentator is saying that he's doing well. He is doing very well. 4 minutes 50 seconds. King moves into first place. Fabulous riding from him. The GT riders obviously put a lot of effort into this race today. But this is a man the British people will be interested in, Steve Peat, riding for mountain biking UK Nike. That's such a marvellous result at the first round in Pantycosa. He came second. Such talent this guy's got. Wasn't so lucky in the second round though. Had a crash in front of the British photographer Malcolm Fearon and came 12th, unfortunately. He reckoned he'd have been just outside the top 5 if he hadn't have crashed. But that's the nature of this game. You've got to stay on the bike.
Certainly had a good season.
But he's looking good so far. He's the second British rider at the Worlds last year. He came 13th at Kirchsarten, was 32nd overall in the World Cup, but he's really powering down now. This is where it'll take a lot out of the riders. They need to be so fit, and he moves into second spot, 4:56.13 for Steve Peat. A good ride from Peat. Now we go straight to Gianluca Bononomi, the Bianchi Martini rider from Italy. 30 years old. Riding the monocoque framed Bianchi bike. Hasn't done too well this season though. He was outside the top 20 in Pantycosa. And he was only 15th at Nevergale, so he'll be wanting to do a good race today. As we catch him on the lowest section just before the finish. Bononomi's really hammering. Don't forget he's got a time at 4:56 to beat if he's to move past Steve Peat. And it's 4:54. He moves into second spot, just behind Mike King. He will be very happy with that. But this is Michael Ronning riding for Gary Fisher. Rode for GT last year, the Australian rider, 20 years old. Another very, very talented youngster. And of course, another one of the Australian protégés from the Australian Institute of Sport. All types of sport going on there. That's where they honey their best athletes.
He is from Cairns, Australia.
Quite a big rider.
Very promising talent.
But again, he's putting the hammer down. Very good trials rider as well. And he came 14th overall in the World Cup last year. What's his time going to be today? It's 4:53. He moves into second spot, ahead of Bononomi and Steve Peat. The times are so close at the moment, and it's Nicolas Vullios going off next, the GT rider. He's been somewhat mystified by his 2 previous third places. I think he was a little overconfident coming into the season. I think he felt he might have been doing what Anne-Caroline Chasson was doing in the women's section. But he's not been doing that. 2 third places and he's disappointed. That shows the sort of quality this guy is. Only first place will do for him. He's won a world championship every year he's been riding internationally. 3 junior world championships, topped off by the senior world championships in his first year last year. He's looking good at the moment. The GT rider who came second last year here at Mont. What's it going to be this year? Don't forget he's got 4:50 to beat. 4:50.41 and it's 4:51.65. for Vulliors. He's in second place. He will be disappointed with that. And we haven't seen much of this man, Samuel Herencarado. Another Italian rider. We haven't seen much of him on the circuit this year. Did so well last year. He came 5th overall. This former luge rider, national team member of the Italian luge team. If anything, he lacks a little bit of power, but he's so consistent usually, or he was last year, 5th in the World Cup and 11th in the World Championships. He's not doing too badly at the moment. He didn't finish the first round at Panticosa, but he was 13th at Nevergal. He'll be hoping to do a lot better today, and it looks like he will do. I'm sure he will. Don't forget, he's got 450 to beat for Mike King. What's it going to be for Corrado? It's 452.31. Herencarado moves into 3rd spot at the moment. And now we go to World Cup leader Thomas Misser. It's been somewhat of a revelation so far this season, but if you look back on his overall record for the past 3 or 4 years, it's no surprise really. He came 2nd at the Junior Worlds way back in 1991. Came 2nd, in fact, the year after as well at Mont. It's taken a little bit of time to ease into the Senior World Championships and World Cup, but this year he's really blasted onto the scene. A little bit wild round that corner there, but he's very good technically, and he's got the support of his father at the moment. His father, who owns a cycle shop just outside Barcelona. Thomas's brother Paul Misser also rides the downhill. Not quite as talented as Thomas. Didn't finish here last year. In fact, his best result last year was at the finals in Kaprun, the World Cup finals. He had a 3rd place there. In fact, he didn't do the US rounds of the World Cup last year, but he's doing very well at the moment. The World Cup leader is looking good. He's letting the bike do all the work at the moment. He looks a lot faster than everyone else. He's out of the saddle, pedaling away. He knows he's got a very good time at the moment. He had his first World Cup win at Panticosa. What's this going to be? It's going to be his 2nd World Cup win. Thomas Misser goes through in 4:48.27. That is fabulous riding from Misser. He is very pleased, just like Lee Donovan in the women's race. Oh, he's being congratulated, as I said, by his brother Paul Misser. The 2 Spanish riders who are extremely good dual slalom riders as well. They can't believe it. This is his 2nd World Cup win. He's 2.14 seconds in front of King. And he's breathing very hard. He's obviously worked so hard to get this win.
Tired but very happy, Thomas. Yeah, I want to demonstrate that I win in Spain. It's not a casualty. It's because I down really fast.
Do you like this course?
Yeah, it's a nice course. Very hard. Technical, fast. It's crazy, it's fantastic.
Did you know before you go down that Mike King has pointed the 4:50 time?
No, I don't know. I listened something, but I know that if I make my down, I can make a good time, and that is what happened.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Thomas said it all there. He wins by 2.14 seconds from Mike King, 3.38 seconds from Vulliors, 4.04 seconds from Corrado Herin, and 5.02 from Michael Ronning. British rider Steve Peat 7th and Rob Warner 9th. And we're giving you some impressions of the dual slalom.
Everybody move on before the night is over. Everybody move, feel the passion and keep on moving. Everybody move, everybody's got to move